Hi friend, I welcome you back again to my course. In this video, we'll begin working on our first search campaign. If you're new here, this is the fourth video in the Google Ads Professional course. You can find the link to the entire playlist in the description below, starting from video 1. Before we log into our ad account, I want to give you a quick overview of what we'll be doing. For the rest of this course, we'll use Lexus as a sample client and run all campaigns for them to maintain consistency across different industries. We'll create a search campaign, display campaign, YouTube campaign, smart campaigns, and finally, a remarketing campaign. Not all of this will be covered in this video, but this is our plan for the rest of the course. Before we start, I assume you've already created an ad account as we did in the previous video. As you follow along with this course, you can work on these campaigns with any client of your choice, whether it's from real estate, insurance, e-commerce, or any other industry. Just visit their website, copy their URL, and use it as a sample to create your ads campaign. With that said, let's dive back into the video. Now that we've created our first Google Ads account, let's log in. Go to ads.google.com, which will redirect you to the login page. Click on Sign In. We're now logged into our Google Ads account, which we created in the previous video. Now, as you can see, this is the Google Ads UI dashboard. It's currently empty because we haven't done anything in this account yet. Even if you click on the Overview tab, you'll see that everything is empty. To give you an idea, if there were existing campaigns, the Overview tab would display data such as the number of clicks, conversions, average CPC, and total cost for the last 30 days or a specific date range. All right, now we're in our Ads account. When you log into your Google Ads account, you'll notice there are roughly 3 main sections of the UI. First, there's the section where you control your campaign settings. You can toggle between your campaigns here. For example, the Overview tab shows you snapshots of the account, as I just demonstrated. If you click on Campaigns, any active campaigns will be listed here with their reports, showing details like how much we've spent, number of impressions, number of clicks. Then, there are settings where you can adjust different campaign parameters. If you have multiple campaigns, clicking on Settings will prompt you to select which campaign you want to modify. You'll also find Locations and Change History. Any changes made to the account are recorded here. For instance, if another user with access to this account makes a change, it will be logged in the change history. This ensures accountability for any modifications. Additionally, you'll see campaign groups and performance targets. At the left, there's a bar with tools and settings at the account level. Here, you can manage billing, business data, policy management, measurement, bulk actions, shared library, and planning. For quick access to reports, click on the Report section to generate various types of reports. You can also search within your account and view notifications from Google, such as paused ads, rejected ads, or recommendations. The Help section allows you to search for assistance, send emails to Google Ads support, leave feedback, and access new features and announcements. If you're stuck, you can search for terms like CPC or specific settings to get help. The Date Range feature is very useful for analyzing data. You can check what happened yesterday, in the last 7 days, etc. If you have existing campaigns, they'll appear here in a list. These are the 3 main sections: the left navigation panel, the top bar, and the settings bar, along with the area for reports and highlights. That's an overview of the Google Ads platform. In this video, we'll start working on our first search campaign. To create a new campaign, we'll click on the Create Plus button on the left-hand side. This plus button is used to create anything new, such as an ad group. Next, we'll select Campaign. When we click on New Campaign, it will take us to this screen where we can choose the type of campaign we want to create. As mentioned in the previous video, Google offers many automated settings to make it user-friendly for newcomers or small-budget campaign owners who may not have the expertise or resources to hire someone to run their campaigns. However, we'll choose to create a campaign without goal guidance. Remember, selecting any of the predefined settings can restrict your options. For example, choosing a sales campaign limits you to display, shopping, video, smart, and discovery types. Similarly, selecting leads or website traffic will have its restrictions. For product brand consideration, only video campaigns are allowed. By choosing to create a campaign without goal guidance, we have access to all options without restrictions. So, we'll go with the manual setting. Once we select that, it will ask us which type of campaign we want to create from the 8 available options. For our first campaign, we'll create a search campaign. You can hover over each option to see more details about the campaign type. We'll select Search Campaign. Next, it will ask us to choose the results we want from this campaign, such as website visits, phone calls, or app downloads. The choice here doesn't significantly impact the setup, but adding a phone number or app link can help later when creating campaigns or extensions. For now, we'll select website visits and enter our business website, www.lexus.com, then click Continue. After clicking Continue, we'll configure some settings for the campaign. As discussed, in the account hierarchy, we have an account, and now we're creating our first campaign, which will include setting up ad groups and ads, followed by reviewing and making them live. In the general settings, we'll see the search option selected by default, as that's what we chose. We can't change it here. We'll also need to name our campaign. While you can choose any name, it's best to follow recommended syntaxes for easier management and reporting. For example, you might name the campaign after the client and the specific campaign, like Lexus Summer Campaign or Lexus 10% off campaign. Let's assume this is the September 2024 campaign. Even if the campaign name isn't a date, you should include the month and year. This makes it easier to manage. For a leads campaign, include the objective. I also add the region if I'm creating separate campaigns for each country. At the end, specify the type of campaign, whether it's search or display. This helps with reporting later. Once you enter the name, don't worry too much about it. Just ensure it has enough details to recognize the campaign. As you work through the process, you'll understand what needs to be included. Next, you'll be asked about networks. There are 2 options here. By default, a search campaign appears on Google Search, but you can include or exclude additional options. If you exclude them, your ads will only appear on Google Search as text ads. If you include the search network, your ads can also appear on websites partnered with Google that use Google AdSense. Many people don't understand this and often ask about it in interviews. The search network includes websites with search capabilities that have partnered with Google. For example, on a popular UAE website like Dubizzle, which is owned by OLX, users list products like cars and electronics. This site has search capabilities. When you search for Nissan Altima, you'll see user listings. At the bottom of the page, you'll also see Google search ads adapted for this site. These ads are the same as those you'd see on Google search for the same keyword. The search network means your ads can appear near Google search results and on other Google sites when people search for relevant terms. You have the option to include or exclude this. Usually, people exclude it if their budget is being fully utilized on Google searches. If not, you might include it to reach a broader audience. Now, the display ads network. The display ads network includes websites where search ads are automatically adapted into banner ads. Google can create various types of banners from your search ads. For example, what used to be called magazine-style ads are now available in multiple formats. These adapted search ads appear on websites like bbc.com, where they have a basic color background and only text, without images. In most cases, these are search ads that have been adapted because the campaign creator selected this option. Google automatically transforms your search ad copy into a banner. However, I recommend excluding this option because it defeats the purpose of a search campaign. If you want to use display ads, it's better to create a dedicated display campaign with well-designed banners. Therefore, I do not recommend using this option. These are the 2 options you need to remember. In our case, we will exclude both. After the network section, you'll go through sections like campaign name, networks, targeting, and audiences. Now let's click on Show More Settings. When you do, you'll see 4 different options. First up is the start and end date. By default, if you don't click on More Settings, Google assumes your campaign starts today, September 13th, and keeps running indefinitely. If that's not what you want, make sure to set an end date. The start date doesn't have to be today either. For example, if you're planning ahead and want to start on October 1st and end on the 22nd, you can set those dates. Even if your campaign is meant to run indefinitely, Always set an end date as a reminder to review and update it. Next, we have campaign URL options. This feature is useful in Google Ads, but we'll skip it for now. You can set it at the campaign level or later at the ad level. It's typically used for setting UTM parameters across the entire campaign, but we'll cover that in detail later. Moving on, we have dynamic search ads. If you enable this setting, Google will ask for your website URL. For example, if you enter lexus.com, Google will scan your site, pull keywords and headlines, and automatically create ads. However, this isn't recommended for most cases. It's better to manually choose what appears in your ads. Let's say you have a content-rich website like Udemy. If you search for DV360 course on Google, you'll see Udemy's ad for that course. With millions of courses, Udemy can't manually create ads for each one. Instead, they use dynamic search ads, allowing Google to scan their site and generate relevant ads automatically. This is useful for large content sites, but if your website isn't like this, you should manually select your ads to ensure they align with your goals. So, to recap, always set a start and end date, skip campaign URL options for now, and be cautious with dynamic search ads unless you have a large content site. The next setting to consider is the ad schedule. In Google Ads, you have the flexibility to run your campaign 24/7 or restrict it to specific hours, like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For instance, if you're running call-only ads and want users searching for auto garage near me to call your office, you might schedule your ads to appear only from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. when someone is available to answer the phone. You can set your campaign to run Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday if you're closed on Sundays, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This ensures your ads are effective and relevant. For example, restaurants running online order delivery campaigns might schedule their ads to stop after 11 p.m. if they don't deliver late at night. The ad schedule feature is versatile and can be tailored to various use cases. It's important to know about this feature, especially if a client requests specific ad timings. For now, we'll keep the ad schedule off and run the campaign all day, every day. Later, as you analyze your campaign performance, you might find that most leads come in on weekends or weekdays. You can adjust your ad schedule based on this data to optimize your budget and results. Reports will show you traffic and leads on an hourly basis, helping you identify the best times to run your ads. So, that's the ad schedule setting. This was the first section of creating a search campaign. In the next video, we'll dive into targeting and audience settings. Before you go, I'd appreciate it if you could drop your feedback. If you found this video valuable, please leave positive feedback. It really helps the course. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.